Before the 90 days, star Forrest. Inside his love life, mum and personal journey from the outside, reality television can look glamorous. International romance, dramatic reunions, emotional confessions, and cameras following every move. But behind the scenes, every cast member carries a deeply personal story that goes far beyond what viewers see on screen. One such story belongs to Before the 90 Days star Forrest, a man whose journey into reality TV is rooted not just in love, but in family, loss, resilience, and self-discovery. Forrest did not come onto 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days merely to chase fame. His appearance on the show marked the collision of his past, present, and hopeful future. From a complicated love life to an intensely close relationship with his mother, Forrest's story unfolds as a deeply human narrative. One about vulnerability, loyalty, emotional growth, and the courage to pursue love despite fear. This is the complete inside look at Forrest's life, where he came from, how love shaped him, the powerful influence of his mother, and the personal transformation that led him to Before the 90 Days. Forrest's early life, the foundation of who he became. Before audiences met Forrest on television, he lived a life shaped by strong family values and emotional depth. Raised in an environment where relationships mattered deeply, Forrest learned early on the importance of loyalty, trust, and emotional honesty. These traits, while admirable, would later become both his greatest strengths and his most painful vulnerabilities. Growing up, Forrest was known as someone who felt things deeply. He wasn't afraid to care, but he often struggled with setting boundaries. This tendency came from his upbringing, particularly from the close bond he shared with his mother, a woman whose influence would remain central throughout his life. Family wasn't just important to Forrest, it was everything. And that sense of emotional attachment became a defining characteristic when he entered romantic relationships as an adult. Love before the show, Forrest's romantic history. Long before international dating apps or long-distance relationships, Forrest believed wholeheartedly in love. He wasn't someone who dated casually. When he committed fully, emotionally, mentally, and often financially. However, that depth of commitment sometimes led to disappointment. Forrest had experienced relationships where trust was broken, where emotional investment was one-sided, and where the future he envisioned slowly slipped away. Each heartbreak left a mark, teaching him lessons but also leaving behind scars. Despite this, Forrest never became cynical. Instead, he became hopeful, perhaps overly hopeful. He believed that the right person was out there, someone who would see his sincerity not as weakness, but as strength. This mindset ultimately led him to international dating, and eventually to Before the 90 Days. Meeting his girlfriend, a love that crossed borders. When Forrest met his girlfriend, the connection felt different. There was curiosity, excitement, and emotional chemistry that went beyond surface-level attraction. Distance, rather than discouraging him, seemed to intensify his feelings. Their communication grew fast. Late-night calls turned into daily routines. Conversations became emotionally intimate. Forrest imagined a future where distance was temporary and love was permanent. Yet, international love brings unique challenges. Cultural differences, time zones, financial pressures, and communication barriers all tested the relationship. Forrest often found himself questioning whether love alone was enough to overcome reality. Still, he pushed forward, driven by hope, guided by emotion, and fueled by the belief that love is worth the risk. The influence of Forrest's mom, protector, guide, and reality check. One of the most defining elements of Forrest's story is his relationship with his mother. She is not just a parent, she is his emotional anchor. Forrest's mom knows him better than anyone. She has witnessed his heartbreaks, celebrated his triumphs, and worried deeply about his tendency to give too much of himself. On Before the 90 Days, viewers quickly noticed her protective nature. She supports Forrest's happiness, but fears that he might be repeating old patterns, trusting too easily, ignoring red flags, and putting love before his own well-being. Their conversations are honest, sometimes tense, but always rooted in love. She doesn't want to control his decisions. She wants to protect her son from pain and Forrest. He listens, sometimes defensively, sometimes thoughtfully, but always with respect. Joining before the 90 days, a decision that changed everything. Agreeing to appear on reality television wasn't easy for Forrest. He understood the risks, public judgment, online criticism, and the pressure of allowing strangers to witness the most intimate parts of his life. But Forrest also saw an opportunity, not for fame, but for clarity. The show forced him to confront questions he had been avoiding. Was he truly in love, or just afraid of being alone? Was he choosing partners who respected him? Could he balance love with self-worth? Cameras don't lie, but they do reveal. And for Forrest, before the 90 days became a mirror reflecting both his strengths and his emotional blind spots. Emotional highs and painful realizations. As the season unfolded, Forrest experienced moments of joy and hope, but also confusion and doubt. The reality of meeting his girlfriend in person brought both excitement and anxiety. Expectations met reality, and sometimes they clashed. Physical chemistry didn't always match emotional connection. Conversations revealed underlying differences. And the pressure of making life-changing decisions under the spotlight intensified every feeling. For Forrest, this wasn't just about romance, it was about identity. Who was he in relationships? Was he a giver, a fixer, or a partner seeking equality? These questions didn't have easy answers. Growth through pain, Forrest's personal transformation. One of the most powerful aspects of Forrest's journey is his personal growth. Over time, viewers see a man learning to pause, reflect, and protect his emotional health. He begins to recognize patterns from his past. He acknowledges the role his upbringing played in shaping his attachment style, and most importantly, he starts valuing himself not just as a partner, but as an individual. This doesn't happen overnight. Growth is messy. Emotional setbacks occur. But Forrest's willingness to be honest, on camera and with himself, is what makes his story resonate. Life beyond the show. Who is Forrest today, after? Before the 90 days, Forrest's life didn't magically become perfect. Fame didn't solve emotional wounds. Love didn't suddenly become easier. But something changed. He emerged with greater self-awareness, a clearer understanding of boundaries, and renewed appreciation for the people who truly support him, especially his mother. Whether or not his relationship survived, Forrest gained something invaluable: perspective. Why Forrest's story connects with fans connect with Forrest because he feels real. He's not a villain. He's not a flawless romantic hero. He's human. His story reflects the struggles many people face: loving too deeply, trusting too easily, wanting connection while fearing disappointment. In a world filled with curated perfection, Forrest's vulnerability stands out. Forrest's journey on 90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days is more than just an international love story. It's a deeply emotional look at vulnerability, family bonds, and personal growth. From the moment he appeared on screen, Forrest stood out as someone who loves wholeheartedly and wears his emotions openly. Before the show, Forrest experienced heartbreaks that shaped how deeply he values connection. When he found love across borders, hope returned, but so did fear. Long-distance relationships tested his trust, patience, and emotional strength. Still, Forrest believed love was worth the risk. One of the strongest influences in his life is his mother. Protective yet supportive, she worries about Forrest giving too much of himself. Their bond reveals a side of Forrest rooted in loyalty and emotional honesty. Her guidance often acts as his reality check during difficult decisions. As the season unfolds, Forrest faces moments of doubt, realization, and growth. The cameras capture not just romance, but a man questioning his patterns and learning the importance of self-worth. Forrest's story resonates because it feels real. It's about love, mistakes, family, and finding balance between following your heart and protecting yourself. His journey reminds us all, true growth begins within. Okay, thank you friends for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys.